Sean, thank you for joining MovieJunk again today.
Say, thanks so much for having me back. I appreciate it.
Awesome. I mean, this is a tremendous honor. I mean, I believe you're the first and only two-time returning guest to the show.
Do I get like a T-shirt thing, or what do I get? Do I get a
Definitely,
prize?
definitely a T-shirt. Maybe a bottle of your favorite alcohol.
I like it. All right, we'll talk later.
They're perfect. So I know, Sean, as you mentioned in the first session that we had, you don't need a big introduction, but for the folks that aren't familiar with Sean Kanan, famously known for Karate Kid 3, who went up against Daniel, known as Mike Barnes, and also, many TV shows, The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless. And also, Sean, you just created your own new show that's been out on Amazon Studios called Studio City.
Studio City, yeah, I'm really excited about that. We had our first season. It's a digital series, and we were nominated for 8 Emmys and 12 Indie Series Awards. And we are right this very moment actively working on putting together season 2, and it's going to be bigger and better. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. You'll definitely see me in a very different role than Mike Barnes, and you can watch it streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime.
Perfect. Sounds good. No, I'm excited to catch season 2, and I know when we had our first interview, there was a lot of folks that were mentioning that they'd seen it. So we're all excited that season 2 is coming.
Makes 2 of us. I just got to finish doing the work.
Excellent. So, Sean, the real reason we got you here today, the new trailer of Cobra Kai was just released,
right.
And I know I'm not sure if you follow any of the writers and Billy Zabka and Daniel and Ralph Macchio, and everyone posted on their Instagram a heartbeat that was beating, and then it just went to where it was the assumption that Miguel or somebody had died.
Right.
There. And then the very next day we get the actual trailer, and it was just action packed, and I really want to get your thoughts. But then we see Kreese with a bloody mouth. We see William Zabka, just every scene that he was in just had a black eye and was looking worse. And then also we see Miguel, presumably waking up. And just wanted to get your thoughts on what you thought of the trailer.
I think the trailer's fantastic. What you said is true. I mean, it looks like everybody's in crisis. We don't know what happened to Kreese. Obviously, a lot of things have happened to Johnny. Everybody's at a kind of a critical point in what's going on. Miguel, definitely. But I also really like the aspect that, what's going on with the possibility of going to Okinawa. And I think that's really interesting. A lot of people have speculated that possibly Chosen, the villain from Karate Kid 2, is going to be making an appearance. I don't know. But, these guys have done such a good job of teeing up the emotion for the audience, for all the characters, that I just see this continuing to grow and grow and grow, which is fantastic. Ralph and Billy, great guys. Marty Cove is a wonderful guy. Marty and I know each other outside of just the work that we've done on the Karate Kid 3. We've done a play together and done some other stuff together. So this couldn't happen to a nicer group of guys. And the writer-producers, they just continue to infuse comedy into this. And that's the thing that I think keeps everybody so captivated. It's like these characters are so multi-dimensional, and you keep peeling away the onion and you learn more and more about them. And they're flawed and they're human, and they're not, not sort of the neat, tidy, perfect characters they were from the movies.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely. I mean, with the return to Okinawa, we see Daniel back. And what's interesting about this season is they actually filmed in Okinawa versus in part 2, I think it was filmed in Hawaii.
Right.
I definitely want to see what impacts just the location set brings to the characters. And it sounds like Chosen. It appears to be Chosen. And the line that Daniel says, I knew everything about Mr. Miyagi. He wouldn't keep anything from me. Gives you the assumption that there's something dark in his past.
Right. Well, listen, everybody in life has secrets of one sort or another. And for me, I find it really interesting after 30 some years of having been involved with the franchise and as a fan, what are we going to learn about Mr. Miyagi? You know, what are we going to learn about who he was when he lived in Okinawa and his family? Um, it's there's so many possibilities that could be critical to where the show goes. And you know, also I wonder if they're going to bring in Kumiko. You know, unfortunately, the actor who played Sato has passed away, but I'm sure he's got family members. All sorts of stuff could be brewing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a theory that maybe Chosen and Kumiko got together, which would be, you know, there's a lot of
Dane.
insane, but that would be a good way to have Chosen redeemed. But some of the fans, you know, reached back and said that, you know, he tried to kill her. You know, there'd be no way that they would
Yeah.
get back together. So yeah, that would be kind of a because she also went on to do her you know, dancing career. And oh, Sean, looks like we got.
Right, I don't know, Cisco or something. She joined a dance company in the United States, though, right?
I think it was
Maybe.
New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it New York? Okay.
Least Sean,
Yeah,
looks like someone's trying to join the session. Let's see who's
Oh yeah.
I'm in. Oh wow,
What?
looks like that we have a special guest.
Who is it?
Well, the name that I see on there is William Ford, which is oh wow.
William Ford?
Hey, Mike,
Oh, wow.
he didn't sign it yet.
Oh
Hey,
wow.
buddy, how are you? Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good, man.
Hey, man, do you know that picture we took where I'm going like this? And,
Yeah.
you know, people are really digging that picture.
Well, listen, Dennis took care of the training, right?
That's right. That's right. So,
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun training with you. We got to do that again.
hey, I wanted to thank you for letting me just kind of crash the call a little bit.
Oh,
You know, I'm just here to say hi, lend my support, and to meet our host.
yeah. Well, he's great. This is the second time I've done his show, and I love chopping it up with him. So you'll be in good hands when you do it.
Awesome. How you doing, sir?
No, this is
I'm doing. Oh, I'm sorry. He's talking about.
no.
Sorry, Sean.
I think it was to you, Sean, but no, this is amazing. I feel like all we're missing now is Snake, and we're
Snake, right?
John, we got to take a pilgrimage to New York and, you know, follow the tags, you know, see
Go find Snake and see whatever became of young Jonathan.
you know, probably follow the graffiti art and, you know, it'll probably lead us to his hideaway.
Snake's lair, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him in a really, really long time. I hope he's well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Know what he's doing. But that'd be fun to. That'd be really wild if after all this time we all reconnected. You know, doing something for Cobra Kai, seeing Jonathan after all these years. Totally lost touch with him.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We shall see.
Yes, but if we find Snake, we'll break the internet. I guarantee you.
Oh man. Yeah. No, if you guys need a you know, someone to fill in, I kind of look like Snake a little bit, so.
I was just gonna say that if you shave the beard off and everything, I think you get a big gold chain for you.
Right.
I think you'd be a good stand-in.
What's interesting is I saw that he actually, because he's the son of the director, and he also was auditioning for Mike Barnes, and there's an audition tape with him, and
I saw that.
it could have been a completely different story.
Yeah, well, you know that actually somebody else was hired to play Mike Barnes before me, and I guess the guy, I don't remember what his name is.
His name was Daryl.
I was just gonna say, for some reason Daryl sticks in my head. Well, did you meet?
I did. I met him.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about this guy. Yeah, so I guess he worked for like a week, right?
He was a good kid. He was kind of like you know, good looking surfer dude, and he didn't have any acting experience. I just don't think he could summon up the, the ferocity and the mean streak that was required from Mike Barnes. And you're much better looking than that guy was. So,
Yeah, no, I always kind of wonder about that. It's like I always say, you don't always have to be the coach's first choice, but if you're persistent enough, sooner or later you get called off the bench and you get your shot. And I was just so fortunate that it swung back around to me, and I got the shot, and it's made an incredible difference in my life.
It's hard to imagine anybody else in that role other than Sean Kanan. You just knocked it out of the park, dude. Seriously. And a lot of people feel that way too. And that's why there's so much talk and wishing, and hoping that Mike Barnes returns with his strong but silent Paul Dennis, of course.
Out of my hands. No, I'd love to. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're the most requested returning character. Obviously, Kreese everyone assumed that he was dead. So yeah, everyone has always been requesting, for you to make a return. So I know the writers and creators, they pay attention to what the fans say. So yeah, hopefully, in season 3, season 4 is already in production. So if not season 3, season 4.
Season 4?
Well, they said in training.
In training, I think because the last thing I saw, it said that they were actively writing. So who knows? We'll see.
Awesome, great. No, William, thank you thank you so much for joining.
I appreciate it. I'm going to let you guys go, but I just wanted to say I always love spending time with my old friend Sean.
As do I with you.
I'm going to tell you something. He's the one person from Karate Kid that I've kept in touch with over the years, and he's always been there for me. If I've asked him to do something for me, he's never gone Hollywood on me, and I'm always here for you, Sean. So thank you for that. And
I appreciate the sentiment goes both ways, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, absolutely. Sir, thank you. I'm going to talk to you next week. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining, and for everyone that's watching. Me and William have a session scheduled for next week. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper, a little bit more on his background, his journey on Karate Kid 3, and what he's doing today. So definitely stay tuned, and thank you for joining today. It's a tremendous honor. Looking forward to talking to you some more.
Thank you very much.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
Awesome. That was great. That was awesome.
That was great, huh?
Yeah, no.
He's such a nice guy. He's a really talented martial artist too, and a wonderful teacher. For me, I call him Chris because that's I don't know why, that's what I called him when we did the film together. I think a lot of people call him William, but he really epitomizes the essence of martial arts to me. That it's a quiet confidence, and it's an internal strength and knowledge of what you can do, and you do your best to help other people and be a kind person, and that's just who he is. And so I'm very blessed that after, I guess, 32 years that we're still in each other's lives.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And I mean, to be honest, you guys look exactly the same. You guys have definitely kept. I feel like you guys are training. You guys are training for something. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys are training for. Awesome. No, thank you. That was an honor, and thank you for continuing to. I know for as far as the training goes, there was actually a recent picture with you doing a kick, and was that with Chris, or was that with?
Yeah, that was with Chris. He came over to my place to visit, and we just thought it'd be fun to take a few shots and knock off some of the rust and do some bag work and everything, and it was just a nice way to spend an afternoon.
Perfect. So great. So no, definitely just wanted to get some thoughts on kind of what you thought with the upcoming season of Cobra Kai. We might have to do this again if there's a new trailer that pops out. But also, Sean,
absolutely.
You recently just published or you're in the process of completing a new book. This is your third book, I believe that you.
It's my third book, yeah.
Right.
This is something I'm really passionate about. The book is called Way of the Cobra. And it's a success-based, inspirational book where I share a lot of the strategies that I've used for some of the successes that I've achieved. Cobra is an acronym for character, optimizing, balance, respect, and abundance. And I talk about a lot of the strategies that I've used that have helped me throughout the years, how to get, a lot of the mental clutter out of the way, come up with a battle plan, define your why, and achieve your success. And the book will be out before Christmas. And if people would like to pre-order it, they can get it on wayofthecobra.com. And I do talk about my time as a member of the Cobra Kai only because I relate it to one of the lessons in the book. But I think it'll give people some little inside knowledge as to what that experience was like for me. And I think more importantly, what I learned from it. I talked about this before, but I'm a big fan of the philosophy of we never know what an event in our life is going to mean. In other words, you could lose a job and you could be completely crushed from it, but you don't realize as time expands, the loss of that job might prove to be one of the best things that's ever happened to you. And so I talk about the lesson of the Chinese farmer who says, we shall see. I say that a lot because we never know how something is going to wind up affecting us. And I talk about how when I auditioned for the role, I felt so great. I thought I got it. And then I found out they hired this other guy and I was crushed. And then once I was crushed, a week later, they fired him and they brought me in and now I'm elated again. And now I'm working on the film and I wind up getting critically injured, told that I might lose my life and certainly had a chance of losing the role. I was crushed again, only to kind of rehabilitate myself, come back, finish the film, back, feeling on top again. And the point is, the wheel continues to turn. The emotions continue to turn. And we never really know what events bring us. And if you have that understanding, it keeps you from attaching negative stories to events that you perceive as negative because they may not be negative at all. They may appear negative only in the immediate and wind up being one of the best things that happens to you. So that's just one of the little lessons, but it's a really, really exciting book. It's a lot of meat and potatoes about how to release your inner badass. That's what it's about. I mean, the idea is that, we all have a Cobra that lives within us and it's getting in touch with it. And, I'll just leave with this. Two of the biggest things that I talk about in the introduction of the book are that you have to accept that where you are in your life, if you're not happy about where you are in your life, it's because of the choices that you've made up until that point in time. You have to accept responsibility, but you also have to accept and understand the reality that the universe wants you to win. I mean, I'm a big proponent of, I guess you call it like the Force in Star Wars. When good things happen to all of us, the Force gets stronger, and I honestly believe that at its core, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, God, whatever, it wants us to be the best version of ourselves. And so the Cobra is kind of the metaphor for being that best version of yourself. So hopefully people will pre-order the book. Again, it's wayofthecobra.com, and we're going to be doing weekly Zoom meetings based on the strategies of the book. And if you follow me on Instagram, all will be made available to you and explained. And I think people will really benefit from it and really enjoy it.
That's awesome. No, I can't wait to get my hands on a copy. No, it definitely sounds like a book that's been 30 plus years in the making. I mean, this is
for sure.
Everything coming to fruition. So no, I'm super excited. So for the fans that are watching, definitely visit wayofthecobra.com. DM Sean Kanan directly as well. If you have any questions.
Yeah, I really try to do my best to respond to everybody. I don't kind of put a lot of buffers between myself and people that are fans. As long as they're respectful, and 99.99% of them are, I like to try and respond and interact with them because, whether they're fans of the work that I've done in television on soap operas or from the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai universe, I'm really appreciative of the opportunities that I've been given. And those opportunities are largely perpetuated by the fans who watch the things that I do. So it's a reciprocal relationship for me.
No, absolutely, and definitely, Way of the Cobra is one of those books that's a way of giving back as well. And I'm super excited to get my hands on it, and yeah, definitely can't wait to get some of the feedback from the fans that read it as well. And you said this is gonna be right around the holiday time. It'll be available.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that the book is completed before Christmas, and we will get it out to everybody. My goal is to get it out to everybody by Christmas. If you order it now, it's going to be a paperback. I think they're $19.95, and if you want, I'll be glad to sign it for you. So go check it out and get your copy now.
Excellent, excellent.
I got 5 kids.
Perfect.
Actually, 9 kids.
Excellent. Sounds good. No, Sean, thank you very much. I'm super excited to have you return the only two-time returning guest appearance for MovieJunk. So we're super excited and looking forward to seeing your book, season 2 of Studio City, and some of your upcoming projects that are on the way. Thank you very much for.
Thank you. Look forward to doing this again with you. Okay.